Part 1. The Village of the Whispering Grass. Herb 1. The Land That Sang. Before the wars, before the smoke, there was Nambua, a village born from song and dust. It lay in the wide arms of the West African savannah, where golden grasses swayed like waves beneath the open sky. When the wind swept through them, it carried a soft hiss, a whispering sound that seemed to speak in an ancient language. The elders said the grass remembered voices at every laugh, every cry, every footstep left an echo in the soil. And when the wind was right, the land whispered those memories back. At night, when the stars spread like silver dust across the heavens, the people of Nambua would gather by the fires and listen to the wind's soft song. Children would ask, "What do the grasses say?" And the elders would answer, "They say we are still here. They say we remember you." Girl medium dark skin tone 2. Amina, the listener, among the children. None listened more deeply than Amina. She was no taller than the millet stalks and had eyes like pools of night water, deep, still, and full of thought. She spoke little, but she felt much. Amina had been born on a night when the rain refused to stop. Her mother used to say the earth itself had sighed when she first cried, a breath of promise. Unlike other children who chased grasshoppers or played by the river, Amina spent her days lying in the fields, ear pressed to the ground, listening. The others teased her. "You're talking to ghosts," they laughed. "Maybe," she said softly. Or, "Maybe the ghosts are talking to me." Her grandmother, old Mama Sira, would watch her and smile. Sometimes, when the evenings were still and the sky glowed red, Amina would tell her grandmother what she heard. "The ground hums," she'd say, "like it has a heartbeat. That is the spirit of Ngara," Mama Sira would whisper, crossing herself. "The guardian who sleeps beneath us. When the land is in danger, the serpent will awaken." Sung with Phase 3, the rhythm of life. Days in Nambua moved with the rhythm of the sun. The women rose with the dawn to pound millet, the sound echoing to the fields like distant drums. Men went out to the plains to herd cattle and repair fences. Children fetched water from the river, laughing as they raced along the red paths. The market square filled with color, baskets of yams, pots of clay, beads shining in the light. The scent of roasted maize drifted through the air, and traders sang songs from faraway lands. Every Friday, when the sun fell and the shadows stretched long, the villagers gathered around the great baobab tree, older than any living soul, to tell stories. They told of the time when the rivers walked backward, of the lion who fell in love with the moon, and of the serpent Ngara, who carved the valleys and shaped the hills before sinking into slumber beneath the heart of the world. Amina listened to every story with her eyes wide and her heart open. The stories felt more real to her than dreams. Sometimes, when the night was quiet, she swore she could hear a deep rumble beneath her feet, as if something old was breathing, for the first omen. One evening, while the sun bled red into the horizon, Amina sat alone in the field. The air was unusually still. No crickets, no birds. Even the grasses had stopped whispering. Then, faintly, she heard a low vibration beneath the earth. Not a tremor, not thunder. Something alive. She pressed her ear to the soil. The sound deepened, pulsing gently like a sleeping heart. A gust of wind passed, bending the grasses in waves. They rustled in a strange rhythm, like a voice forming words. Amina's breath caught. She closed her eyes. The whispers grew clearer. She sat up, trembling. The sound faded as quickly as it came. The wind died again. The field stood still, too still. When she returned to the village, she found her grandmother waiting by the fire. "You heard it again, didn't you?" Mama Sira asked. "Yes," Amina said, "but this time it called me." "Then the earth has chosen its listener," the old woman whispered. Fire 5. The silence before the storm that night. The drums did not play. The wind was gone and the stars were behind a strange gray veil. Dogs whined. The cattle refused to lie down. Amina woke in the middle of the night, her heart racing. The air felt thick, heavy with something unspoken. She walked outside. The entire world seemed to be holding its breath. From the west, far beyond the hills, a faint glow shimmered on the horizon, orange and flickering. But the glow did not dance like firelight. It pulsed steady and cold, like the march of something unnatural. Amina turned and ran to her grandmother's hut. "Grandmother," she gasped, "something is coming." Mama Sarah rose slowly, her face grave. She placed a trembling hand on Amina's chest, right above her heart. Full moon 6. The whispering returned by dawn. The winds had returned, but they were not gentle this time. They howled across the plains, bending the grasses until they seemed to crawl along the earth. The whispers rose again, louder, sharper, echoing through the fields. Every ear in Nambua heard them that morning, but only Amina understood. The whispers grew into a hum, a warning, a heartbeat beneath the soil. And as the sun climbed higher, a faint trail of black smoke appeared far to the west. The grasses swayed violently, as though trying to flee. Amina stood in the middle of the field, her hands trembling, her eyes wide. The wind carried the words again, low and mournful.